Hi everyone, it has been weeks since my last video and I've missed you desperately, and I have had the heart to do a video, and I've just been on the Holy Ghost Jesus filled grind and I apologize for that, but the lessons have not stopped coming, and today I want to talk about being in a league of your own, because I am absolutely in a league of my own. I am in competition with no one but myself. And in saying that, it sounds very like, okay, you feeling you, boo. And it's not, that's not my heart behind it at all. My heart behind it is in the kingdom. We're not in competition with each other. And I think that's one lesson that we all need to learn, especially when we're put on assignment and we have a vision that we have to work towards and fulfill. It's so easy to look to the other person as a competition with you, but they're not. If anything, they're an example and something you can learn from, but they should never be your competitor, because we're all going in the same direction, going towards the same goal, serving the same master. We have the same boss. And so that's what we have to realize. That's like you and your coworkers shouldn't be competing with each other. You guys should be working towards the same end result. And when you do what you're supposed to do to the best of your ability, God will make a platform for you that you don't have to build on your own. You don't have to sweat and backbite and do all these things to get above or ahead of anyone. Just do what you're called to do and you'll be where you're supposed to be. And I think that's one lesson that we all need to learn, and we've all faced that, whether we realize it or not. Whenever we have a talent or excitement or a gift or a vision, it's so easy to either let competition hinder us from doing it, or we change, our character kind of changes when we get in the game. If let's say you want to be a singer and maybe your voice isn't as pretty as um, Kiara Sheard or I don't know, whoever else. And so either you'll do whatever you can to be better than her, or you don't want to do it at all because you know she already is killing the game. But that's not the heart behind it. Your voice is different, and some people will only feel your voice. You know, we all don't have the same reach or the same audience. And so that's why God put it on different hearts, because He knows each of us has a different voice and a different way of ministering. I had to learn that. I want to do a nonprofit that encourages people and teaches people to be the best them that they can be. That teaches people to embrace their personality, embrace their peculiar nature, embrace their talents, be bold, be confident, um, be be loud in God, and meek in yourself. And there's so many people doing that, right? There's so many people who want to empower people. And so I can't let that stop me from doing His Peculiar People, or the fact that His Peculiar People, a big component of it is that it's a fashion line. There's a lot of Christian clothing line. I'm wearing my brother's clothes right now. And so I could be like, oh, I'm not going to wear his stuff. I'm not going to tell people about him. But what is that going to do for me? Nothing. Because it's not a competition. I can help him. I can help any other clothing line or any other women's, youth, men's empowerment group. And that will not take away from what God put in my heart. Because when God gives you something, no one can take that from you, because God wanted you to do it. No one can get you fired. No one can fire you. You can get yourself fired, and your boss can fire you for not doing your job. But no one, if you're doing what you're supposed to do, no one can get you fired. And so that's what we need to realize. Like, if we go to Philippians, we're going to go together. Philippians 2:3-4. I'm going to read it. It talks about how we're supposed to be. All right, I'm going to read it. Therefore, if you have any encouragement from being united with Christ, if any comfort from His love, if any common sharing in the Spirit, if any tenderness and compassion, then make my joy complete by being like-minded, having the same love, being one in spirit and one mind. Do nothing out of selfish ambition or vain conceit. Rather, in humility, value each other above yourself, not looking to your own interests, but to each of you to the interest of the other. In your relationship with one another, have the same mindset as Jesus Christ, who, being in the very nature of God, did not consider equality with God something to be used to his advantage. Rather, he made himself nothing by taking the very nature of a servant, by being in human likeness, and being found in appearance as a man. He humbled himself by being obedient to death, even death on the cross. Wow. Wow, right? So Jesus didn't even consider us competition, right? He was Son of God, and God saying, go bring all these other children to the house. You know, he could have been like, no, I'm good. I'm good with being the only child. Like, I don't need all these other riffraff all up in my kingdom. But instead, he welcomed us and taught us how to be accepted into the kingdom. And that's a lesson that we can take. So I encourage all you entrepreneurs and vision makers and singers and artists and empowerment conference founders to do what God called you to do. And if you're going to look to the left and the right at your sisters and brothers, look to them as examples, not hindrances or competition. And don't ever, ever hinder anyone else. I love you all. Be your peculiar, original, spunk-filled, spunktastic selves. Until I talk to you again, I love you all. You can always find me at www.hispeculiarpeople.org. You can email me at info@hispeculiarpeople.org, and I would love to hear from you. And if you want to join my team that I'm building, please email me then. We have a vision video coming up, so if you're an actor or a dancer, email me. All right, love you.